The 2025 German federal election, known as the Bundestagswahl, took place on February 23, 2025. This election marked significant shifts in voter preferences and party standings. The elections were called following the collapse of the previous government, leading to a snap election. Voter participation was remarkably high, with around 84% of eligible voters casting their ballots. The preliminary results were released by the following morning, with projections starting as early as 6:15 p.m. on election day. All eyes are on the parties to see how they will navigate the coalition talks, essential in Germany's parliamentary system. The 2025 Bundestagswahl results marked a significant victory for the CDU-CSU, led by Friedrich Merz. The union secured 28.9% of the vote, reflecting a 4.8 percentage point increase compared to previous elections. This outcome solidified their position as Germany's leading party, allowing them to spearhead coalition talks. The CDU-CSU's strong performance was anticipated by many, given the party's focused campaign on economic stability and national security, key concerns for German voters. In contrast, the Social Democratic Party, SPD, experienced a historic decline, garnering only 16.2% of the vote. This result represents the worst performance for the SPD in its history, highlighting a significant shift in voter sentiment away from traditional social democracy. The party's inability to effectively address voter concerns, such as the rising cost of living and economic uncertainties, contributed to their poor showing. This election loss poses a challenge for the SPD, prompting introspection and potential leadership changes. The Alternative for Germany, AAFD, saw a remarkable surge, achieving 19.9% of the vote, nearly doubling their previous results. The AFD's success was particularly notable in regions like Saxony, where they secured 45.7% of the vote, and Saxony-Anhalt with 39.4%. This surge reflects a growing segment of the electorate resonating with the AFD's platform on immigration and national identity. Their increased presence in the Bundestag could significantly influence the legislative agenda, especially on issues related to national sovereignty and European Union policies. Other notable parties, such as the Greens and the Left Party, also played significant roles in the election. The Greens received 13% of the vote, maintaining their position as a key player in German politics, particularly on environmental issues. Meanwhile, the Left Party garnered 8.5%, performing well in certain regions, which indicates their continued relevance in representing leftist ideals. The FDP and Bündnis Sarah Wagenknecht, BSW, received 4.9% and 4.8% respectively, highlighting the competitive nature of this election. The 2025 Bundestagswahl witnessed an impressive voter turnout, with approximately 84% of eligible voters participating. This high level of engagement underscores the electorate's desire to influence the country's direction amidst pressing challenges. The turnout was particularly notable in regions like Saxony and Saxony-Anhalt, where civic engagement saw significant increases compared to previous elections. Such participation indicates a rejuvenated political awareness and a commitment to democratic processes among German citizens. Several critical issues influenced voter behavior during this election. Economic instability emerged as a primary concern, with many voters expressing anxiety over inflation and unemployment rates. These economic challenges were compounded by the high cost of living, which has been a growing concern for households across Germany. Political parties that address these issues directly, offering concrete solutions, managed to garner more support from the electorate. Immigration also played a significant role in shaping voter preferences. The AfD's platform, which emphasized stricter immigration controls and national sovereignty, appealed to a substantial portion of the electorate. This focus resonated particularly in regions experiencing demographic shifts and cultural changes, where voters favored policies that emphasize national identity and security. The CDU-CSU also tapped into these concerns, advocating for balanced immigration policies that ensure both economic growth and social stability. Another influential factor was the environment. with climate change and renewable energy policies remaining high on the political agenda. The Greens' consistent focus on environmental sustainability helped them maintain their electoral base, appealing to voters concerned about ecological issues. As Germany continues to navigate these complex challenges, the election results provide insight into voter priorities and the issues that will dominate the political discourse in the coming years. Following the Bundestagswahl, the focus now shifts to coalition talks, a critical aspect of forming a new government in Germany's parliamentary system. With no party securing an absolute majority, coalition negotiations are essential to establish a stable ruling government. The CDU-CSU, as the leading party, holds the mandate to initiate these discussions, exploring potential alliances to secure the required majority in the Bundestag. The CDU-CSU is considering possible coalitions with both the SPD and the AfD. These negotiations are complex and involve balancing different policy priorities and ideological stances. A coalition with the SPD would continue the tradition of a grand coalition, focusing on centrist policies and economic stability. However, the SPD's historic losses in this election may complicate their role as a viable coalition partner, given their reduced influence and need for party reform. An alternative coalition option involves aligning with the AfD, a move that would significantly shift Germany's political landscape. Such a coalition would require careful negotiation to address divergent views on issues like immigration and European Union relations. The possibility of an AfD-inclusive government has raised concerns among some political analysts and citizens, given the party's controversial stances on various policy matters. As coalition talks progress, the new parliament is expected to convene within 30 days of the election. The process of government formation requires the nominated chancellor to secure an absolute majority in the Bundestag, a crucial step in establishing a functioning government. Until a new government is formed, Chancellor Olaf Scholz will remain in a caretaker capacity. The political landscape in Germany is poised for significant changes, as the outcome of these coalition talks will determine the future direction of the country's policies and governance.